Hello guys, today our topic of discussion is regarding the anti-conversion laws with respect to which an ordinance has already been passed by the Uttar Pradesh government. The first question and the biggest doubt which comes to our mind whether conversion of religion is banned or not banned. To this doubt of ours, we should understand voluntary and involuntary conversion of religion. When a person voluntarily, that is, with his own free consent, professes to follow some other religion, then it does not fall under the purview of anti conversion laws. But when a person is forced to follow a particular religion or to profess a particular religion, it comes under the ambit of anti-conversion laws. Okay, suppose I am a Hindu and I with my own free will and consent decide to profess Christianity from tomorrow. So I am free to do that and no one can prevent me from doing so. But me being an Hindu, someone forces me to get converted to Islam, then my case will fall under the ambit of anti-conversion laws and the said person who has used his force will be punishable under the law of the land. Now the question whether the anti-conversion laws is something very new. No. In fact, the anti-conversion laws can be traced back to the early 1930s or 1940s when these were prevalent in the Hindu princely states, okay, for the purpose of safeguarding the rights of the Hindu community as a whole. In fact, there are already 8 states which already has anti-conversion laws. To name them, they are Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Gujarat, Himachal Pradesh, Jharkhand, Uttarakhand, and lastly we have Uttar Pradesh. Now yet another question. Why doesn't the anti-conversion law apply to the whole of India? And why is it restricted to particular states? Because only the state governments have the powers in this respect. Means the matters whether to bring or to impose anti-conversion laws falls under the subject of state list. Thus, only the state governments have the power to decide whether they will put forward anything of these laws or not. Next, we will be discussing the first Indian state which has implemented anti-conversion law. The first Indian state to implement anti-conversion law is Orissa, that too back in the year 1967. In this respect, we will be discussing one important case law which is very important with respect to anti-conversion laws, and you never know, this may even be asked in your entrance exams. Sarla Mudgal, S-A-R-L-A, Sarla Mudgal, M-U-D-G-A-L versus Union of India. In this case, the court has very clearly mentioned when a person who is a Hindu and he is already married and thereafter after his first marriage he gets converted to Islam just for the sake of marrying more than one woman, such a marriage is invalid and his conversion to Islam is also invalid. Such a conversion will fall under the purview of anti-conversion laws and he will not be allowed to get converted just for the purpose of entering into polygamy, that is having more than one wife, and also because he has no faith in that religion. Thus, to understand in a nutshell, we can say that the anti-conversion laws will be applicable against a person only when that particular person has been forced or fraudulent means has been used so that that person has got converted into some another religion. Number 2, when a person professes any religion just for the purpose of obtaining a particular benefit and he has no faith at all in that religion. Thus, the anti-conversion laws will be applicable under these two scenarios. But when a person professes to practice any other religion with his own free consent, then the anti-conversion laws will not come into play and he will be allowed to get converted. So the moral of the story is anti-conversion laws which are being imposed or being brought about in the form of ordinance in Uttar Pradesh are absolutely legal, and it does not violate Article 25 of the Indian Constitution. This video will definitely help you out with respect to your current affairs, and I would also like to wish you all the very best for your upcoming exams. Thank you.